Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Tonight, Kumasi and Kotoko have announced plans for a major overhaul of their playing squad following their FA Cup triumph over Golden Kicks. The club says the changes are aimed at building a more competitive team ahead of their return to the CAF Confederations Cup competition next season. Now, according to management, they believe the current squad needs strengthening in key areas to meet the demands of the CAF Confederations Cup. Now, while some players will be shown the exit, new signings are expected in the coming days as part of a broader rebuild. Here is the club spokesperson, Safu Duku, who's been speaking to the media.
I can confirm that some of our players will have to leave. Some have had their contracts run through. Others could not make the mark, if I should say. And then others, we couldn't come to an agreement. So in the next few days, we'll come out. In fact, we are looking at seeing those players off even before they take over, so that they wouldn't have to come back. As they depart, we would have sorted all those issues out.
Now, just some hours after that disclosure, the club has begun to release some of its players. And the first on the chopping board is its captain, Frederick Asare, goalkeeper Frederick Asare. Now, he has now ended his stay at Kumasi and Kotoko after 3 years. Within that period, he got the opportunity to play for the Black Stars and has, in fact, established himself as one of the highly rated goalkeepers in the country. Now, his departure was announced on the club's social media platforms, where it noted that Asare will be leaving the club following the expiration of his contract. The club further extended its best wishes to the goalkeeper in the next chapter of his career. Already, we're hearing that some clubs have shown interest in getting the goalkeeper as he looks to continue his career on the local scene and also open to offers outside of the country. Now, not just him, midfielder Machael Dwamena has also been shown the exit following the expiration of his contract. Now, the former Wafa player failed to impress at the club during his stay and will now look elsewhere also to continue his career. Now, more players, we understand, are expected to be shown the exit door at Kumasi and Kotoko. Join me on Zoom for some quick update on this very developing story is my colleague Samuel Eko. Joins me via Zoom. Eko, good to have you. I'm sure that this does not come as a surprise to you and, of course, most of us, considering this is a regular feature of Kotoko's end-of-season ritual. But what have you been hearing as far as some of the players that are going to join Frederick Asare and Machael Dwamena in this massive squad overhaul?
Good evening to you. I think this time around it's a bit surprising to me because my point is simple. I think that in the past, during the Nanewa Ponce's era, when he left and the IMC took over, I think that whatever happened under the Nanewa Ponce administration, I was thinking that the IMC will pick a cue from it. But this morning, having listened to the spokesperson of the club, which is Safu Duku, he made mention that there's not going to be wholesale this time around. But, Musbao, I am quite surprised because some of the players that have been released by the club joined Kotoko just in the second half of the just concluded season. You don't do that anywhere, to be honest with you. And for me, this afternoon, I got those players that have been released around 3 p.m. thereabout. That is when I saw the list where...
and Samuel, and that's really what I want you to touch on, because we understand, I know that you have, exclusive access to the players that are expected to leave the club. Now, apart from Frederick Asare and Machael Dwamena, who have been confirmed, which other players are on that list, expected to leave?
I know that Tinedu is expected to leave. The Nigerian midfielder who joined the side, Fernando, also just before the start of the season, is also expected to leave the club. There is another player who joined the club from Legon Cities who's also expected to leave. So, for now, the club they have only confirmed 2 players that are officially going to leave the club, but in total, it's going to be 7 players. So, 5 of the players, the remaining 5 are going to be confirmed tomorrow. But the point that I just want to emphasize on is that, listen, you don't do this elsewhere. Anyway, in other jurisdictions, this is not how it is done. Of course, we know that when we are going to Africa, you need to improve the squad. You need to bring in players that you think that will give you that mileage. The players that will think that will shoot whatever you want to do. But this is not the first time Kotoko is doing that. They did it under Prosper Nateogum. They did it, the last time, even before Nateogum's appointment. And this time around, too, they are in the same place. I think that, I know for some of the players, they are leaving based on the fact that they don't want to extend their contract with the club. But I think that you don't sign a player on a 2-year deal, on a 1.5-year deal, on a 1-year deal, and just at the end of the season, you say, I can't work with you. I think that...
Yeah, and Samuel, just finally, though, what have you been picking also in relation to the head coach role? Because we understand that Coach Karim Zito might continue, but there are also reports suggesting that the club might look elsewhere because, there's been doubt about his ability to lead the team in the CAF Confederations Cup. What have you picked up so far as far as the,
Right. So, what I know is that there's going to be a review on the performance of Karim Zito. He has already made the recommendations that, listen, if I'm going to stay, then these are the people or these are the players that I need to work with. Ahead of our Africa Cup. So it's 2 things. Kotoko are going to make a review, are going to assess his performance when he took over. Remember, the 7 game matches that he played, he only lost 1, and that is the final game against Vision FC in Tema. But he won 5 and he drew 1, and then he lost 1 to Vision. But for what I know that Baba are going to assess him, and then they'll make an official statement. And also, I know there are some offers also. Kotoko are trying to explore their options. But with regards to, Karim Zito, I know that the club are going to assess him. And then they will make, a statement will be released by close of this, tomorrow or early next week.
All right, Samuel, thank you very much. That's some of my colleague here at Multimedia. Moving away from Kotoko to Black Stars forward Lawrence Agyemang, and he's been speaking extensively about his career at Club Brugge and also his chances of keeping a place in the Black Star squad. He has emphasized the need for consistency if he needs to keep a place in the Black Star squad, especially ahead of the World Cup qualifiers and ultimately in the World Cup if Ghana qualifies for the tournament. He's been speaking to my colleague Lawrence Baidu in a yet-to-aired interview.
Me getting my first goal, I think if you are destined to do something, or if something is destined to happen, it's going to happen. So me scoring that goal, I wasn't really surprised that I scored, because I knew that I'll have to score my debut.
It was a bit awkward seeing you run into that position because we want to see you in the middle of the pack. Do you remember what led to that, and do you remember who assisted your first national team goal?
Of course, Gideon first.
So what prompted that run?
Yeah, when you see the defense line, if they're a little bit higher, and then you know that there's space in behind, yeah, you just have to run into the space and then you get the ball. And for me, that goal, I was giving it to Jordan. I was crossing to Jordan because I saw him there. And then I don't know, the keeper was rushing, so he came out and then it passed through his legs.
Look, Lawrence, every player when he or she scores the first goal is always looking for momentum. After scoring your first goal, what is your next target for the Black Stars? That is if you are going to continue to be in the team. What are the targets you set for yourself as far as national team is concerned?
Now I just want to keep focus on my development, to be consistent in my club level. Because if you don't play well in your club level, it's going to be difficult for you to get a national team call-up. So I just want to be consistent in my club level, and then God willing, when I get a call-up, I still will give my 100% on the pitch, on and off the pitch. The way I play in my club level, that's the same way I'm going to play in my national team level.
Now, that interview with Lawrence Ajakum will air tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. on the Joy News channel. You can also catch it at 8 a.m. on Joy Prime. Now, let's turn attention to some exciting football tournament that's about to take place tomorrow in Ngwa, because that's where Black Stars players and also Ghanaian stars will assemble for that tournament, which obviously is intended to help unify the community and do a lot of good for the people in and around Ngwa, even ahead of a major festival that's coming there. But joining me via Zoom to talk more about it is Daniel Nibi Afote Odai, who is the Executive Director of D&P Legacy, who are putting together this very special event. Daniel, thank you very much and for making time on Joy News with us. I mean, tell us, I mean, we can see the tournament. I'm sure the flyer is going to be on the screen very shortly. Tell us what this event is all about, because we can see some of the players who will be turning up there. Quite a massive lineup you have.
Thank you so much, Ms. Val, for having me. It's all about the Ngwa Plejo Festival. You know, the Ghana land celebrates Omowo, but when you come to Ngwa, ours is so unique. It's Omowo, yes, but it's Plejo. And then we, at DMP, what we do is we bring the stars to come and grace the land and then fraternize with the community. So there is a festival match, but this is the pre-festival match with the international stars.
Amazing, amazing. And we'll just go into some of the individuals. Can you give us, you know, for those who cannot see it clearly, are not familiar with the players, but
so
take us through some of the players coming.
You know, there is only one Ghanaian striker who had a hat-trick against Barcelona. Emmanuel Boateng is represented. Gideon Mensah is representing. The one Ghanaian player who is doing so well in the golf. Bernard Mensah is representing. Daniel Amate, Gilbert Kumsin, Kamal Soa, Saleh Samed, Benjamin Tete, Ashimeru, the maker, and a host of them. And then one professional from Ngwa, Emmanuel Bote, is also representing.
Well, tell us, we know it's happening tomorrow, but where is it happening, and what's the level of preparation for the event tomorrow?
What I can say for now is that we are 100% ready to host the entire Ghana state. And then this event is taking place inside Ngwa, the Presbyterian Park, or what we call the town park inside Ngwa, and the time is 3 p.m. But there is one exciting thing. The stars have confirmed coming, and they will come very early as 1:30 to have photo shoot with anyone who will come. And so I want to urge everyone to come very early so that they can have a memorable pictures with the stars.
Amazing. Daniel, we wish you the very best, and we hope that the people of Ngwa do have some really, really good fun in that tournament today. That's Daniel, and he's with D&P Legacy, who are organizing this event and offering the people of Ngwa an opportunity to interact with the Ghanaian stars. That's all we have for you in Prime Sports tonight with me, Razak Musbah. Coming up next is PM Express Business Edition with George Wiafe. Please do stay.